I'm Patty McNeely. I'm the health coordinator for both Early Head Start and Head Start programs. So I'm the one that's always pushing for everybody to get their hearing and vision tests done and their well child exams and their blood work and all that stuff that has to do with that health. I've worked with the agency for 23 and a half years now. So I've been here a long time. All parents need to know is that you do have choices. Okay. A lot of parents are afraid that they don't have that choice, but you do. And I want to empower all parents to know that you do have a choice. You have a choice on if they're going to get them or not. You have a choice of how many they're going to get at a time. And you have a choice of 2 different kinds of waivers, whatever they qualify for. Let me tell you about that a little bit. There's 2 kinds of waivers. There's a non-medical waiver, and these are probably the most popular ones. And mostly the reasons are either a religious reason, and they're just waiving all immunizations, or sometimes it's just a personal choice, that you just personally don't believe in them. That's fine too. That's your choice. That's called a non-medical waiver. Now, the non-medical waiver, you have to get at the health department. When I first started at the agency, I used to be able to give non-medical waivers and sign them, and they qualified. The state has taken that out of our hands, and they've only given it to only the health department. So now you have to go to the health department. And in a way, this is good because instead of myself trying to educate or keep up on all the myths or updates and whatnot, the health department is right on top of that stuff. So why not leave the education part to them? So what they're required to do is, as a parent, you have to call the health department and you make an appointment to get a waiver for your child or your children. And so we have to show you a video, and the video is going to take about 10 minutes is what I'm told. I've asked to look at this video. I said, can you show me this video? I want to be able to tell parents what it looks like or what they're going to do. And so far, I have not been able to get my hands on the video to see what you're going to see. But I've heard that it's very simple, about 10 minutes. And then when it's all over, the nurse will say, do you have any questions for me? Can I answer any questions for you? And if you don't have questions, they're going to say, and now, do you still want the waiver, or did you want to start immunizations? And if you say you want the waiver, okay, and you get it. Okay, that's your choice. Okay. Now there's a medical waiver. A medical waiver is not as common, although we have come across it a few times. The medical waiver has to come from a doctor. And the reason a doctor might give you a medical waiver for your child is because the child might be sick, might be getting some kind of medication like a chemotherapy or medication that suppresses the immune system. So they're not going to want to give IMS right away. It could be because grandma, mom, dad might be sick in the household. They've suppressed their immune system with something. And the doctor says, we should wait on those immunizations. So he might give a medical waiver for that, he or she. Another reason I've had this, a child that reacted very violently to a tetanus. Now that's in a DTaP shot, and then you get 5 of those, okay? The child had a severe reaction to this tetanus that was in that shot. The doctor had detected that and wrote allergy to tetanus. That child could not get any more DTaPs because they couldn't take the T out of it. And so he couldn't get any of those shots. It's kind of a shame because that's where the whooping cough is and just a lot of protection in that DTaP shot. But that's a medical waiver. Another non-medical reason is slow schedule. You know how I said you have a choice of getting how many shots at a time? Because I've had several parents get slow schedule waivers. You go to the health department, just like you're going to get a waiver. They ask you why you don't want the immunizations or whatnot, your reason, because they have to put a reason down. And they might say, because I'm just doing a slow schedule, I only want a few at a time. Okay, so instead of the child getting 4 shots in one visit, they might say you can give 2. And then in 2 months, I'll come back and maybe you can give 2 more. Okay, that's called a slow schedule. So you can have a slow schedule waiver. And I've talked to the health departments and they will do it. Claire and Gladwin health departments will give us a waiver, a non-medical waiver, and for a slow schedule.